Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of sorry. Today I'm doing another tier list. My voice is a little bit gone right now, so I'm sorry if I'll cough or I'll stop talking for a second because I need to catch my voice, but we're going to be doing another tier list video. And today's tier list will be on a bizarre day. So I already got all the pictures and there were enough specs so that I could also include the specs. I'm going to put them both on the same tier list, which I probably should have done for Juju is Bizarre, so that'll probably get a remake. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to open our things. So the first one is going to be Anubis. Now I feel like this tier list is going to surprise a lot of people. Anubis, you know, basic sword stand, its literally only gimmick is power, and it doesn't have a lot of power in a bizarre day. It has moves that it can really, its strongest move does like 35 damage, which is just embarrassing for a stand completely based off of power. It's got a skewer move, which you can use to impale your opponents, but after a few seconds, they'll get back up, and you're still stuck holding them there, so they can attack you while you're impaling them. It's got it's got a strong forward slice where you will go forward and then slice down on them, which does like 30 damage. And then if you press F, it'll have the widespread one, which has some good range and stuff, but it does 35 damage, so that's like 5 damage above the other move. So I'm going to be putting Anubis in just fat E. E for effort. There you go. That looks a lot better. But there's that. Next up. I'm going to say the one for me. Crazy Diamond. So Crazy Diamond in this game is it's not that great. It's definitely not a stand you really actively want. Like, if you see someone walking around with Crazy Diamond, and there's someone who's like, hey man, you got a Roka, an arrow bro, spare a Roka, spare an arrow. Crazy Diamond has some good power though. And I'm pretty sure it outpowers Anubis, but I'll probably be wrong on that. The rush alone could probably outpower all of Anubis with how much damage it does. I believe the Strong Punch does like a solid 25 damage as well. It has a ranged projectile as well. It has a punch where it'll punch the enemy and then bring them back towards you so you can combo them, so that's pretty good too. And obviously it's got the healing mode where you can heal your allies, which is good as well, so it's not going to be that high, but it will be above your boy Anubis, because like Anubis is actual dog PP. There we go. Alright, next up. Ah yes, my favorite stand in a bizarre day. Doppio King Crimson. Every King Crimson is going to have the same issue. They don't have a jack for durability. When I recorded my King Crimson showcase, I talked about it in the video, but basically my friend was, he was attacking me with Cars. He got 2 hits on me and I was in red. And yeah, I know it's Cars, but Cars has an A in power. So imagine that, but King Crimson's main enemy is Gold Experience Requiem, who has a 0 in power with the little cross through, which means it's even higher than A and S. And then you got Over Heavens, who will also be constantly on your butt because they're so common. But yeah, I'm gonna put Doppio King Crimson. You know what's really funny? Doppio King Crimson outpowers Anubis with every single one of its moves. Strong Punch does 30 damage. Sweep does 35, and it's got another move that does 30. You put those together, you get 95 damage. Doppio King Crimson is so good, and I'm putting it fat in A. The only thing holding it back is the fact that, actually, no, I'll put you in an A. The only thing really holding it back is the fact that the durability is so terrible. Also, I'm sure a few of you have been looking at it now, but we've got this thing down here. This is the Shadow Realm tier. I'm adding it to this tier list because there are some stands I'd like to talk about for special reasons, but going on to the next one will obviously be Doppio King Crimson. Again, but double. So you activate this moveset if you get another frog, and then you get the double Doppio King Crimson. So this stand actually has 2 movesets. The first one is inherited from normal Doppio. You'll have the Strong Punch that does 30, and the Swipe that does 35, but it does not inherit the knee attack, which I believe I also talked about in the other video, but so it does have that. However, if you press the 1 button, you'll change to the boss's moveset, which includes a very powerful rush that will outpower things like, I've seen it deal more damage than Star Platinum Part 3. The rush is just very powerful. You've got the Strong Punch still, no, you still have the Strong Punch, I believe. So you have the Strong Punch that does 35 damage with you still, and you have 4 knives that you can throw that each deal like 10 damage, and they're very spammable as well. and you've got the puncture move, which does a solid 50 damage, and then you've got the ground pound AoE, which will do 25. However, as of this recording, it's a AoE puncture, which does 50 damage and can hit multiple people around you. Honestly, if you switch it back to the ground pound AoE, it would become weaker, but right now I'm putting it in an S. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, I am completely being Doppio biased. Alright, so next up, Gold Experience Requiem. I mean, what is there to say about Gold Experience Requiem? It's just an easy S tier. It's super strong and all that good stuff. It can see through King Crimson. It's just overpowered as all hell. And it's relatively easy to get as well. But that's the thing. That's where the Shadow Realm comes in play. Basically, everything in the Shadow Realm is going to be SS tier. Which means these things need to be nerfed. So, Gold Experience Requiem will sit itself right there in the Shadow Realm tier. We'll put him right here. He's SS for me, and he needs to be nerfed right now. And then we've got normal Gold Experience, who is pretty good. You've got the Rush that is about the same as Star Platinum Part 6, I'd like to say. You've got a Strong Punch, will also slow your enemies for a little bit. You've got healing for allies. You've got self-healing. You've got a counter, and obviously you have the chance to unlock the strongest stand in the game, one of the strongest. Gold Experience Requiem will be sitting nice and pretty in. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier for now, but it is very close to A tier. Hierophant Green is literally the worst stand. I don't care what anyone says to me. You've got Emerald Splash, which does poop damage. You've got a Strong Punch for whatever reason that does nothing. You've got 20-meter Emerald Splash, which if it hits, sure, that's great, but you're not gonna hit all of it on someone with a brain. They can literally, the 20-meter Emerald Splash is the same duration as a roll. You hit C, boom, dodge, easy peasy. Hierophant Green, actual dog poo. I don't care what anyone says to me. You are fat F tier. I'd throw you in the Shadow Realm if I didn't want to. I don't know. Killer Queen. Killer Queen is like actually amazing in this game. You've got a bomb. You can turn people into bombs, and then you can detonate for a solid 60 damage. Oh my goodness. You've got the rush is weak, but the bomb makes up for it. You've got the tracking sheer heart attack, which will do like, I want to say 45 on impact, and it'll keep going. And it also, sheer heart attack is a lot more defensive than the other stand, so it can take a lot more hits, so you can't get it off you that easily. And it just keeps exploding and exploding, and it's so good. And obviously, since it counts as a different NPC, you can also put stuff like Bites the Dust on it. So if it is dying, you Bites the Dust it back, destroying the person who was attacking it and restoring sheer heart attack to full HP, along with the fact that for whatever reason, Killer Queen has a projectile that does 2.5 damage, but if it hits, it becomes a bomb. Whoever it hits is a bomb now, and you can detonate for 60 damage. That's 62.5 damage. Oh my goodness, Killer Queen, get your ass in S tier. Whew. Oh my goodness, Killer Queen is amazing. Imagine if that got like overpowered. Alright, King Crimson. King Crimson, again, just like the other Doppios, is very powerful. However, it's got nothing in durability. This boy is weak. He will die, bada boom. 2 shots, you're gone. Forget about it. He has a Strong Punch, which will do 30 damage. A Swipe, which does around, I want to say, 45. He has a Gut Punch, which should do 50, but after my experience with him, I want to say that it doesn't, but maybe that's just me. But overall, King Crimson and Time Erase as well can only be countered by Gold Experience Requiem. Not even Over Heaven can go through it, but I believe they can hit you. I'm not sure. I don't think they can see you. But yeah, I'm going to be putting King Crimson in A tier because it is close ranged. And it just has those close range moves, along with being no durability. While Double Doppio King Crimson has fat AoEs, spammable knives, stuff like that. So yeah, Double Doppio is the best stage. Which is really funny because it was actually a staff only stand at one point. But anyway, we're gonna, oh nope, that's the wrong stand. That's fine, we'll do it now. Made in Heaven is actually terrible. Made in Heaven is literally the stand responsible for destroying the entire JoJo timeline. Everything past Part 6 is a completely different universe. Made in Heaven was responsible for killing everyone and everything, including Giorno, who could have done something to stop it, but it wasn't his part, so he just sat down and was like, alright, I'm just gonna keep ruling over Passione, ciao. But Made in Heaven is like, if I were to take a quick peek at the Trello, I feel like I would be very disappointed, which I'm doing right now. Let's see here. Made in Heaven. Oh my goodness, it's even worse than I thought. No way. No, don't tell me that's it. Ooh. No, oh, it's so much worse. It got reworked, so this thing was honestly going to go in C tier before, and now it's even worse? Kidding me. Alright, so with my new information, I'd like to inform you that Made in Heaven has the following. A light chop, which quote-unquote does immense damage. Oh no, it's immense speed and incredible damage. So I'll say like 30. Accelerated slice, incredible, so I'll say that's also like 30-ish. You've got 3 knife throw, which that's nice and all, but it doesn't deal as much damage as the double Doppio King Crimson, and it's not as spammable. And then for whatever reason, you've got a move called Infinite Speed, which is just an Omaewa motion near route. Nothing personal, kid, where you will teleport behind whoever your cursor is on. That's all it does. It just teleports you behind them. And then you've got the Universe Reset, which, as a lot of you know, again, responsible for killing literally everyone, everything, gone kapoop. Guess what it does in A Bizarre Day? It removes the cooldowns. I'm not even joking. It gives itself a buff and then halves its cooldown. That's it. And it doesn't count for another move it has, Time Acceleration, which is actually good. It just gives you speed. That's all you need to do. And then, you know when you go on Made in Heaven, right? And you can, like, fly around with it? You only get that for 3 seconds in this. You get a 3-second flight, which isn't as fast as Accelerated Time. Made in Heaven, where did you go? I know this is gonna hurt a lot of people to see this, but I have decided Made in Heaven will be sitting right next to the sword. I could kill Made in Heaven with Crazy Diamond if I wanted to. Such a shame. Well, while we're here, we'll just skip to the other ones. Whitesnake. So Whitesnake is just beautiful. Extremely worth the grind. You've got a passive that makes it so anything you do will blind the target. Or maybe it got changed so that only certain moves can. Yeah, okay. I think only certain moves can blind it now. So you've got a rush that does, you know, if you hit it all the way, it'll do half damage. But while you're rushing them, they'll get blinded. And you have a strong punch, which does 1/4, like 30 damage, and it blinds them. And then obviously you've got a gun, which is a projectile. It's very low cooldown, very spammable, and does 20 damage per bullet. And you've got the Acid Spit, which does 65 damage, and obviously blinds them. And then Whitesnake's Piece of Resistance, the ability disable. Now, A Bizarre Day was smart, they made so it doesn't steal stands, rather it will disable stands. In this case, it disables stands and specs. If you're a vampire user, too bad. Vampire, gone. Hamon, tough luck. Just gone. Santana, not happening. But it's just beautiful. The ability to disable lasts long, and by the time that they can use their moves again, you will have your ability disable ready again. It's very good, very powerful, very spammable. You go right in S tier, my man. Look at that difference between Whitesnake and Made in Heaven. Those positions should be reversed. Oh, my man. And now this stand I actually haven't looked too much into. It will be Sea Moon. So from what I know of, Sea Moon will basically be like every other stand. Let's see here. Okay. So you've got a Rush, which does good damage and has slight knockback. More than normal knockback when you rush someone, like say you do Star Platinum Part 3 Rush. Sea Moon will have greater knockback than that. And his Strong Punch will do good damage and will also send them flying backwards, which will make it so you can give yourself some range. So like if you're getting chased or if you need to run away, you can just do that. Getting annoyed, just punch them and send them away. And you have a move called Gravity Inversion, which is basically another AoE. It has an immense range and does an amazing amount of damage. If I'm going to quote the Trello, it does godly damage. And you have a Gravity Inversion, which makes so the user can jump higher, which is, you know, that's fine. You know, that's good for, like... Oh, and it makes the rush faster, apparently. But Sea Moon is, like, overall really great in this game. The AoE is definitely making it shine a lot more than it would normally. We'll put him in A tier. Now, back on track. Oh, look. Star Platinum over Heaven. I said it in my video, and I'll say it again. This thing should not exist. You've got an overpowered rush. You've got a powerful Strong Punch that has another move that has just a stronger version of the Strong Punch. Got an AoE. You've got ally healing. You've got self-ally healing. This stand will go SS+, and the need to be nerfed area. So, bada bing, bada boom, get yourself out of my hood. And let's see here. Who's next? Aha, the Star Platinums are up next. So Star Platinum Part 3 is a stand, another stand based just on power and how smart his user is. His rush does good damage, his punch does great damage, he has Starfinger, which has good range and good damage as well. He has the ability to he can throw Iggy for 60 damage, however has a high cooldown, which is sorry, again, voice. But you've also got a small time stop, I believe, which I'm going to go ahead and really quickly check the time stop again. Let's see here. I need to make sure he actually has a time stop. Yeah, he's got a 3-second time stop, which is nice, because normally Star Platinum shouldn't have this, and it's like when he fought Dio, he only had a few seconds. He could only get in one kick. Of course, he did spend most of his time stop monologuing, but I mean, like, you're facing your arch nemesis. What else are you going to do except, like, shit in their face? But yeah, Star Platinum, great power, good range, good versatility. I'm going to put you in... Ooh, man, we got a lot of A tiers. I think I want to put you in B tier, actually. You've got good damage, you've got good range, but those cooldowns are holding you back, my man. And yeah, the time stop ain't too great either. Now, next up, I believe, will be Star Platinum Part 6, or Stone Ocean Star Platinum, which, yeah, that's it. Star Platinum Part 3, or Star Platinum, whichever one you want to call it. And we got Star Platinum Stone Ocean, or as I like to call it, Star Platinum Part 6. You've got the Aura Barrage, which, it's basically the same as Star Platinum, except slightly weaker. Like, if Star Platinum Rush does, like, 35 damage, Star Platinum, oh no, Stone Ocean won't do, like, 30 damage. Just only 5. The Strong Punch, again, that's probably just a move that does less damage by 3%. However, he has Bearing Shot, which is basically just a weaker version of Iggy, except it has a less cooldown, so you can use it more. And you also have a... Bearing Shot instead of Starfinger, and instead of Iggy, you have an instant teleport to your enemy, which will do 60 damage, which is very, very powerful, and it has a range of 60 suds. And obviously, since it is Part 6, his time stop has been increased to 5 seconds, very powerful. And he has a move called Mighty Heave, where he will punch his opponent and then pull them towards, which is similar to Crazy Diamonds, except it actually does good damage. And you've also got V for Teleport, which is similar to Infinite Speed with Made in Heaven. So, Star Platinum Part 6, you'll go and see. You are a weaker but more spammable version of Star Platinum, I'd like to say. So we'll put you there. Who's next on my list? Let's see here. The World Alternate Universe, or as some people like to call it, The World, but in all caps. So we'll try to just use a higher voice when we say The World. So, The World Alternate Universe, I'm going to be saying Alternate Universe because that's just what I'm used to. It's essentially just a stronger version of the world. However, it does not have the ability to evolve like the world. So, we've also got few new moves, such as the Triple Knife Volley. Instead of throwing 1 knife, you will throw 3. And just like Doppio King Crimson, it is very spammable. Same with the Revolver, it does 60 damage upon impact, and it is, again, spammable. But however, the time stop is not as long as normal the world. It is 5 seconds instead of 8, if I'm thinking right, but that might be changed earlier. You've got a kick, which will send your enemy up and then bring them down. And this move might be added later on, but I don't think so. Silver Bullet, you'll just bring out a horse and ride on. I don't think that'll be added. I don't have much faith that it's going to be added, but overall, very spammable, very good damage. I'm going to put you in B rank, though. You're pretty good, but not too good. And then now I believe we'll have the Worlds. Yeah, the World over Heaven. Same issue with Star Platinum over Heaven, except I will allow you to exist, even though you are non-canon, but I will allow you to exist because you actually appeared in a game. But yeah, you've got Strong Barrage, Strong Punch, stronger version of Strong Punch, AoE, you've got a ranged move. Star Platinum over Heaven also has the ranged move. You've got Time Stop for like 12 seconds. Star Platinum has like 9. Star Platinum over Heaven has 9. The World over Heaven has like 12. You've got Healing, Self-Healing, SS Plus, please nerf. Oh my god, I'm so tired of getting harassed by these guys. Wow, the Shadow Realm. I know this is the first one, but I didn't think it would get this full. And then after that, we have the last of the stands, just normal the World, which I believe should just honestly take a higher step above the World Alternate Universe or be like similar. You've got the Rush, and for whatever reason, sometimes when you use the Rush, you will either do a Punch Rush or a Kick Rush, which is a nice little effect. Personally, I like Kick Rushes more. Hold on, give me a sec. Oof. I really shouldn't be talking or making a video while I have this little voice issue, but the World is just comparable to Star Platinum. It's effectively got the same damage output, but it's got a little bit more unique stuff, such as the ability to throw knives. You've got Star Platinum Part 6's Teleport, where you'll teleport behind your enemy and then hit them, except it does 50 damage instead of 60. I don't think they have this added yet, but it says that he can also use the... Yeah, no, it's not added yet, but they have planned the Steamroller, Road Rollers off for the World. The World has a time stop of 5 seconds, so it is actually comparable to that of the World Alternate Universe and Star Platinum Part 6, good to know. However, the World can obviously evolve into the World over Heaven, or if you find a Vampire Mask, the World will get 3 new moves. You will get the Blood Drain Grab, where you'll grab your opponent, then suck out their blood for good damage and good self-regeneration. Sorry about that. Space Rubber Stinging Eyes, which is another ranged move. And you've got the Vaporizes and Freezing Technique, which will do another good damaging move. And you will also have more damage. Your Rush will go from 5 to 5.5. Strong Punch will go to 32.5. And you will have some regen, which is very good. So yeah, the World will sell itself up on A tier. So there you go, buddy. Just get yourself all nice and seated up there. Bada boom. And now we move on to specs. So specs. So first up, we've got Hamon. I like that voice crack, by the way. Hamon is pretty basic. I feel pretty confident just right away putting in B tier without really having to explain myself. It doesn't have improved damage to vampires from what I know of, which is pretty depressing. But let's see here. Oh no, you do have more damage towards vampires. So you've got a Chop, which is good damage and is very spammable. Does 30 damage, so effectively a Strong Punch, but easier to use. You've got Sunlight Yellow Overdrive, which is 3 damage per punch in Rush, so that's actually stronger than most Rushes. The Scarlet Red Overdrive, which is a 35 damage dealing punch, which will also send the opponent far back. Zoom Punch, which is effectively Starfinger, but weaker, does 25 damage rather than 30. And a really good move, you've got Harmonic Blade, which is the Sword of Luck and Pluck, does 60 damage and has great range. So I do feel pretty confident putting it, just sitting it there in B tier. I feel like it's earned that spot. Next up, we've got Vampire. So rather than using the Trello picture of just a guy posing with the vampire pose and supposedly having vampire, I just took a picture of the actual vampire mask from the Trello. Vampirism is just amazing. You've got great damage, you've got the range, you've got the regen, you've got the ability to get 2 other even stronger specs. I feel confident putting Vampire in A tier. And obviously, unlike Hamon, you don't really need to train your vampirism. Just get the mask and bada bang, bada boom, even though you don't have to train Hamon when you get it. But at the same time, Hamon, you have to buy it because there's an issue with Zeppeli or whatever. After that, we have Santana spec, or as I like to call it, San Viento. I took a picture of myself in the San Viento video, which may or may not have been released at the time, with the ribs out, because I felt that was more clear to see rather than a stinking person with the San Viento pose. Again, like the vampire Hamon, they don't have much depictions, so I figured I might want to try to take out the unique things, but San Viento is actually pretty terrible. You've got like decent damage, you've got low damage, high cooldowns, but you've got regen, so you're just like in a constant state of suffering. Like you want to die, but you cannot die because you're just so strong. You got 3 moves with San Viento, which is just terrible, especially compared to its counterpart, Cars. So Cars has beautiful damage. Doesn't really have that much range though, but it has such an amazing regeneration ability that you can just charge right on in there and just keep bamming down until your enemy dies, because your Cars, you'll outlast them. If they somehow manage to kill you, like, if you want to beat a Cars user, you effectively need an A tier or higher right now, based off of my list. But yeah, I'm gonna put Cars in. You got great damage, you got great healing. You're basically like Phoenix users and block speeds who will just run away, heal, and then come back, so I'm going to put you in S tier. You're a great spec. And obviously, Cars will eventually get the power of Over Heaven, which they showed us the moveset, so I feel like if Over Heaven is released by the time this video is out, but this video is being recorded when it's not out, just assume that Over Heaven will go in the Shadow Realm, just for being too overpowered and needing to be nerfed. But after Cars, we have Spin. Now, Spin is just... and again, took a picture of Gyro because Gyro, again, pronunciation issue. Sorry, I'm going to be saying Gyro probably. Gyro is, he will teach you Spin for $50,000. Again, another spec that you must buy. You cannot get it any other way. Gyro is just an NPC like, hey, if you got money, bro, I'll teach you how to spin. I need that stuff for the steel ball race. But it has, like, if someone gets close to you, then you'll just use the, triple ball technique, which is like 40 damage per ball, and you throw like 3, so that's just an insta kill right there. But other than that, you'll just be running around spamming the ball projectiles, and you've got 2 strong punches, and that's it. But the issue with these moves are that it's just one move. So Gyro effectively has 3 moves. He's got the triple ball throw, the left and right spin throws, and the left and right spin chops. So Gyro will be going in D tier because, like, oh my god, you don't have the regeneration of San Viento, and you don't have the power, and you don't have the cooldown to back it up. And then last on our list will be Sword. Now, I couldn't actually get any pictures of the Shiny Sword, but Shiny Sword and normal Sword are effectively the same, other than the fact that Shiny Sword does slightly more damage, but the moves are just copy and paste. The Shiny Sword is just Diamond Sword from Minecraft. Sword is also pretty terrible. You've got a low damage punch, like 15 damage. You've got the spin move, which is really the only way you're going to be dealing damage with that spin move, and you've got the kick, which is another 15 damage. That'll kick them up and then ragdoll them down. So Sword is also pretty terrible. So we'll put you in D tier, I want to say. Well, you know, you're close range. Yeah, I'll put you in E tier. Oh my god, Made in Heaven in E tier is just destroying my mind right now. And that is everything. So there is my A Bizarre Day tier list. You can go ahead and rant at how terribly wrong my tier list is in the comments below, and how wrong I am and all that good stuff. But as always, I hope you all liked the game, like the video, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video, and I'm hopefully going to be making more tier list videos, and I will probably hopefully redo the Juju one. So as always, I will see you all in the next video.